Love is something that most people really desire with all their hearts. Unfortunately, at some points, that need can make you desperate. And when you're desperate like that, it could lead to a lot of trouble. And that's not a good thing. I have seen many scenarios where people would do terrible things because they loved someone. Well, the thing is, love is no justifiable excuse to doing something terrible, like breaking the law or hurting someone. Just because you love someone doesn't give you the right to do something terrible, no matter what. It doesn't justify anything. You're not above the law, and you're not better than anyone else just because you have feelings for someone. There's also something else to be very careful about, and that's when people use love to manipulate others. If someone you have feelings for is trying to convince you to do something bad or wrong or hurtful or just something you really don't want to do or something you're uncomfortable with, it really is best to refuse. Because if they really truly cared about you, they wouldn't want you to do anything like that would make you feel sad or get you into trouble of any kind. If they really cared about you, they wouldn't make you do something like that. They would want you to be happy. They would want you to stay out of trouble. And they wouldn't want other people to hate you. It'd be just plain wrong. Just plain wrong to manipulate someone who you say you love into doing something terrible. That's just straight up gaslighting and wrong. Using someone's love for you to make them do what you want them to do. That's just plain cruel and not something that anyone should fall for. No matter how much you love someone, you should not be willing to do absolutely anything for them. You should know that it's more important to not do what's wrong and stay a good person. That's a lot more important. I used to believe in the past that nothing was more important than love. But as I grew up, I realized that that belief can really change depending on the situation, because there are some people that abuse and misuse love and use it to do terrible things to other people. People should not be willing to do terrible things for the ones they love. Being a good person and not hurting anyone and not doing something wrong is far more important than being a good lover. Being a good person is more important than being a good lover. So you should never hurt somebody because you love someone. And you should never ever break the law because you love someone. And you should never be willing to do anything bad for someone you love, no matter what they tell you. Because it just doesn't justify it. Just because you love someone, or just because someone says they love you, doesn't make either one of you different from anybody else in the way that you would be expected to be a good person. All human beings in this world, no matter what their status, no matter what their religion, no matter what makes them different from many other people in the world, the fact is, every human being is expected to have a good heart, be kind to others, never hurt anyone, obey the law, and never cause trouble for anyone in a malicious way. Well, you get the idea. It doesn't matter who or what you are or what your situation is. Doing something bad, nothing ever justifies it, even love. That's why you need to be very careful about your feelings for people. Being a good person is far more important than being a good lover. You should not be willing to do terrible things for someone you love. Even if they want you to do those things, that'd be just plain wrong. Anyone who says they love you and wants you to do terrible things, they don't really love you. Because if they really did love you, they would not want you to get into any trouble. They would not want you to do anything bad. They would not want you to hurt others. They would not want you to do anything that would ruin your reputation or anything like that. Yeah. A good person doesn't just care about their lover. A good person cares about the entire world and everything in it. A good person, though they would put their lover first most of the time, it does not mean that they should be cruel or unfeeling towards others. Love is meant to be widespread to everyone that needs it. Your whole life and all your love can't revolve around one person. Although there should always be one special person that you would devote yourself to, be absolutely romantic and faithful to, that doesn't mean that you should hate people. And that doesn't mean that you should shun out people who are completely friendly and good to you. Just be sure to stay faithful and honest with your lover. Don't get carried away with anybody else. Just as long as they're good to you. Truly good. That they don't hurt you or anything. But yeah, love does not justify wrongdoings, no matter what the situation. Remember, being a good person is far more important than being a good lover. Don't fall for any kind of manipulation. Anyone who would threaten to break up with you for not doing something that they want you to do, even though it would get you into trouble, or it's something that you're extremely uncomfortable with and you think is wrong, they're not worth being with. Because if they want that and they're threatening to cut ties with you, it means they don't really care about you and they're just not worth it. To have compassion is to care about others' feelings, their health, their happiness. That's the most important thing about being a person. Having compassion for not just one person, but everybody that needs it the most. And to not feel hatred towards others. That is what's the most important thing. Compassion. Now, of course, love can also be the most important thing in certain situations as well. It really depends. I guess what I'm basically saying is, love does not justify wrongdoings. Be careful with being manipulated with love as a weapon. And remember that your life can't revolve around simply one person. That's a very unhealthy lifestyle. In life, there is balance, and things need to be widespread. That's the healthy way. Yeah.